this thing, I decided not to talk about it. But I think it's high time we talk about it. Because Eya Jinsem, Eya Jinsem, Eya Jinsem, as in, I don't understand the mentality we Ghanaians, not Ghanaians as in only us, but then we Africans, I don't understand the kind of mentality we carry around. Me nima dream cry as in oyare, you are having a critical condition, and instead of you going to the hospital to seek for medical advice, you intend going to sleep in churches, having these fake pastors deceive you that, oh, I can heal this, I can heal that, I can heal that, and then you leave the hospital and then go there, and at the end of the day you might even lose your life. Why am I saying this? Didn't I make us last month? I'm at a private facility in Kumasi. Last month, a client of ours came around. Reason being that the reason I'm calling him a client is that the wife came to deliver at our facility some years ago. So most of the times he passed by, greets the facility in charge, the facility owner, and goes. So he came around and he was having a chit chat with the facility owner. And he was like, "Hey, me you we and my worry fufro, my worry fufro, my worry fufro, na fufro na wa worry no." Ɔne na awo awie, but then recently ɔmo akɔ hospital ama yɛ diagnose no breast cancer, with breast cancer ɔwɔ ne last stage of breast cancer. I don't know whether it's the last stage. I'm just presuming it's the last stage. Me presume say a last stage because the woman currently, as I'm speaking, the woman is dead on the last stage, and the facility owner told him, I don't know if I'm in hospital. He was like, no, maybe back no cancer no, and I'm then call hospital. Doctors phone you no. Doctors phone yes, no mukuno. See this kind of our primitive behavior. You go to hospital, you walk panye cry, umusa, but your panye ben are the woman. We will just be quiet and we will receive it. I always tell my patients, when me wo opane no mbusam say then I'm a day wo. Me wo no mbusam means say me wo bibi oku you just sit there and let me inject you. We don't ask anything. We don't ask. We don't probe to know what is wrong with me, what caused it. All these things we don't ask. Hey, but hospital our own is let's sit down. Yes, me nko panier, the one me am better me, that's it. You don't ask questions. This man came around and he was accusing doctors and nurses of killing his first wife. So because of that, and the second wife now when cancer no on hospital. Now what the neighbor sorry, what is a papa B. See, this man I don't want to mention his name, but he's recently he's one of the most sought after pastors in Ghana here. One of the most sought after pastors. 31st night, if you 31st night kukuru ya uyembe show. Instead of going to sending the woman to the hospital, so order mommy in the hospital one for now. Sorry, my tree is not that good. One for mommy now hospital no. Ordinate sorry them. And I munto deben, and they were just applying inkuto what on their breast. They were applying inkuto, deben nsuo what on their breast. Just this Saturday, the man came around and told the facility in charge that the wife is dead. The wife is dead. The woman is dead. So I'm asking only these two questions. What if he had sent him to the hospital? Would he have lived a little bit longer? And the second question is that nipa na would yare for ne command no. Onye nipa, he's also a human being. He's not God. Onye nyame. See, let me tell you, there are several types of healing. we have several types of healing. Healing be what one, you have to take medication. You take the medication, you'll be healed. Second one is by you believing in let's say um a pastor or something, your pastor, maybe a god. And then we have this a healing in which you pray over the medication and you take it and it works for you. But the situation, you don't sought after any medical advice and you work on your own. Cancer is not a locally treated. It's not a locally treated condition. It's not locally treated. So, adịn nti na ɛwɔ sɛ wode wo werɛ nyinaa kɔhyɛ wo nyɔnko nipa mu, asen wo nyɔnko nipa sɛ mɛtumi ahwɛ wo ama wo ho atɔ wo nti bra bɛtena asɔre dɛm na menhwɛ wo na wo ho ntɔ. The cancer has killed the woman. Ka wobɛtumi ayi nyinaa, if you had done it, would the woman have died? Me, I'm asking that pastor and I'm asking other pastors out there, please, if you know you can't treat anyone or you can't take care of anyone in a condition, please, first, I have a pastor, I know a pastor. When you send your problem, maybe you are sick, something is worrying you, this and that. The only thing he will tell you, have you been to the hospital? Immediately you say yes, he will tell you, okay, bring your medication, I'll pray over it. He prays over the medication, you take it, and it works for you. It works. It will work for you. Because one, you've sought medically, you've sought spiritually, and you are taking it into your system. It will work. It will work for you. So why do you now kind of saying medical aspects, hospital asɛm no mobɛgyae na wɔaso asɛm no akɔma ɔsɔfo no a wode ma no sɛ ɔnyɛ ma wo no. What exactly? Let me tell you something. These same pastors, when their wife, when the background is here, or best work hospital, ne bati or they never call hospital. Or sorry, or pejan insana ni umus and insano, a ya womukura, or doctor or befriend, a catch and say, me sorry and minsa, me feel ya womb. But you have ignored all those things, oh. You've ignored all those things. Hey, this evening, when I heard the news, I was just pissed off. I'm like, this man, he deserves to be castrated. I was here and castrating no cry, castrating because imagine, look at the kind of mentality he's carrying around. Say nurses for kumi mami. If that's the case, then some of us will never go to the hospital. Because me, before I went to the medical field or the nursing field, my mom passed away, and I started blaming the nurses. I said nurses for kumi mami. But in the reality, if you go deeper, you realize that she was having a condition and the condition wasn't managed. But then you just your best was some ya crown and say, oh me you do hospital no na say and I the other time I watched one actor was in a area when he was giving explanation be as in the way he was explaining the thing is like nurses when it was the midwives that held the wife's neck, pressed the neck, and the woman died. It's not done that way. First, when you get to the hospital, you ask questions. This and this is worrying me. Breast cancer. How can you what breast cancer? Oh, they are now sorry, damn. Say breast cancer. So for say, and the most annoying part is that when he came and we asked him that why didn't he go to the hospital, he said, so for say, obey me, aje. And tinani sorry, them was so for no. So for say, I don't want to mention his name. Mr. Everybody dinner. Now sorry for attacking me say, you are not saying the truth. The story you are even giving, the pastor is not even aware. I don't want to mention the man's name. But my own is that I didn't see now to me. Oh, I'm really pissed off. Because imagine this kind of mentality we are carrying around. See, though we are not in that what is it Makion and then the post days, oh, Though we have genuine pastors, but you should sometimes we should sit down and analyze some of these pastors, their antics and some things they are doing out there. You don't need anyone to tell you that this thing. I'm not saying it's fake, but you don't need anyone to tell you to open your eyes. You don't need it. You don't need it. So why are they eating out? Oh, Erade. If I'm to talk, I'll talk. At the end of the day, I'll go and mention the pastor's name, and people will start attacking me left and right. But the only thing I want to say is that do not do not let a pastor predetermine your faith. Pastor no onye nyame. See, one thing I understand in this life is that we have pastors, yes. But then no, nyankopon odi nyina ye pa amaye. That's why on was it the day he was crucified, the last thing that happened was curtains now at that means that we can all go to him. We can all have access to him. We can all have access to him. So why don't we concentrate? Why don't we concentrate on what matters? Bible no can give what belongs to Caesar and give what belongs to God to God. So my question is, if this woman had gone to the hospital, taking drugs, even if not drugs, started chemo and all those things, would she have died at this age? And the funny aspect is her children are just young. They are very, very young children. Who is going to take care of? And the man is an old man. Who is going to take care of these children? Who is going to take care of these children? So the pastors out there, see, putting everything aside, these are human lives. Nipan kwa. Wuntime nye. Kase wuntime nye. Na is it the money? Is the money more, or is the money worth more than the life of a human being? Please, Ghanaians, it's high time we wise up. It's high time we wake up from our slumber, because we are sleeping. Yeah, we are sleeping. Christians, we are Christians, but then let us wise up. Let us like see things as the way they we should see things the way they are. And ma obi in fana no kasade and that which it should be you miss like a precious thing. Up till now, this man still regrets the fact that she didn't send the woman to the hospital. He still regrets it or regrets it. Please, let's put everything aside. Oyaria, fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't involve God, but please look for the kind of church you go. One, consult a doctor when you are sick and add God to it. It's a process. Add God to it. Don't just go and sit and continue. I'm sorry, then one can say so for the best time I'm there. See, this evening, when I heard the news, I'm like, I've been talking I didn't ask me. Ahame. You some of you will be like nurses for somebody they be and see they are okay with it. See, if you know the psychological trauma and the emotional trauma we go through when we get to our various houses, we go through a lot. The mere fact of you even seeing someone dying and you can't do anything to help the person is a different thing altogether. It's a different thing altogether. So please, my doctors and nurses and midwives, they can attest to what I'm saying. We don't just see people who are dying. See, when we see all those things, we also go through a lot of things. Immediately you witness such a thing, you go through a lot of things, psychological, emotional, like a lot of things. So we are here. Maintenant, Chese, don't go and be, I don't know how to put it. Now ye nam ha. We are always looking for miracles. Say one day we'll go and pick something from those churches that we are going and send it to their house. We'll go and pick something there and send it to their house. It doesn't make sense at all. Let us wise up, Christians. Let us wake up. Let us know we are in the end times. So we are in the end times. So we shouldn't be deceived by antics of so-called prophets, so-called pastors out there We have men of God and we have men of God. Go to your church. Do not ignore your church and be going for other miracle. You are going to seek miracle. You are going to seek what? Meanwhile, your church now, God too is there. God is also in your church. God is in your church. So why should you do that? Go to the extent of I went to the wise. I wouldn't want to talk plenty because I didn't eha eha pa. I've been down the whole of this evening. I've really been down pa cause and yet